Okay, yes, from one of our vlogs, someone was asking how it is that we make our Indian tea, because I just was making some tea and then someone made a reference on there. So I thought it would be a good idea just to, this is something very simple that we do all the time. There are two different ways of doing it. One is the complicated way, which I'll show you now. It's not really that complicated, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm making roughly about 4 cups of tea. So I just got some water in here. And the measurements, half water and half milk. You want to start up with a little bit more than 4 cups, because when you are boiling the spices in your milk and water, it will evaporate a little bit. So you might want to start roughly about 6 cups. After boiling, you probably have about enough for about 4. So I've got some water in the pan. Ideally, you want a pan with a little bit of lip over it, so when you're pouring down, it makes it so much easier. But I haven't got any of those, so I've got these pans. Well, I'll show you how I do mine later on anyway. So to the water, I'm adding bay leaf, cinnamon stick, not too much, just a little bit because it's a little bit spicy, fresh ginger, bit of nutmeg, cloves, cardamon, and black peppercorn. Just a trial and error really. Just a few peppercorns in there. I've got about 3 cardamoms, and what I'm doing to, I'm just going to a little bit of squishing them down, get them to cut the seeds to come out. That's in there. And these cloves, they're quite stingy, as in they're quite spicy. I just don't want to put too many in there. Probably about 3 will be alright. And what I'm doing, I'm making sure they got the little seed at the end, because that's the main one. So this one's not good, chuck it away. This one's a little bit not too good. Here's another one, and they look like little torches. That's that. All the spices into the water, ginger peeled and cut, a little bit of nutmeg in there. So that's in there. So that was my masala for the tea, or as I was saying, there's the other option, is you can buy something like this. There you can get many different varieties, and they all basically got the same ingredients. So these are the 2 brands that we normally use. There are so many more in the market, and these literally got all the other ingredients I mentioned in them already in the powder form. And what you literally do, maybe 1/4 spoon, a teaspoon, you try, and then obviously if you don't think that's spicy enough for you, you might need to add some more as to your everything's taste. Into my water, and start to boil. Okay, the water and the spices are now boiling. I'll wait for it to come up to boil. At that point, I will add my tea bags to it, and then let that boil for a couple of minutes, and then I'll add my milk to it. So it's been boiling for a while now, because I'm making 4 cups and it's quite spicy and it's going to boil for a while. So I'm literally going to put 3 tea bags in there. And there, 1, 2, 3. So the masala and the tea bags have been boiling for about a couple of minutes now, and to which I'm adding the milk. And let that come to the boil, but keep an eye on, because obviously you don't want it to ruin your cooker. See, this is what happens if you turn away from it. And a couple of seconds ago, as I was getting that ready, there's some cassava in there. This happened, and the cooker now needs cleaning. So it's quite important that you don't go too far away from it. So now it's been boiling, and I'm adding the sugar to it. So there's going to be roughly about 4 cups there. So these are big tablespoons. I'm going to do about 1, 2, 3. And you know, us South Indians, we love our sugar, and just us the Gujaratis, they like sugar and everything. The important thing now is to let it brew. And to let it brew, just leave in low heat, and almost like a simmer. And I'm just going to have a quick little taste. to taste. Sugar wise, because it's got a lot of spices in there, it does need a little bit more sugar than normal tea. So guess what? One more sugar, one herb. Okay, the tea's now been brewing for about 10 minutes. And this is the, please be careful when you're doing this. This can be slightly dangerous. I've got a little sieve into something to pour it with, as I don't have a pot with a lip over it. So please be careful, and here I go. Oops. As you can see, even the best of us can make a little mistake. And we got these little mugs from Boyle. Check them out, they're really cute. We got really different one for each of us. And oh, I don't need that anymore. And that's my masala tea short video. Hopefully you guys will give it a go. And you know, it's lovely. You know, we got 34 degrees here in London today, and it's really perfect on a nice English afternoon tea time. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Anyway, it's all delicious. Give it a go. I'm sure you'll like it, and if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. Even better if you would share with someone else, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. See you again soon. Jolly good cup of tea, me old fella.
Lovely.
Should we just all take a sip? Go. Yeah, ready?
Ready?